Welcome back to the Financial Alchemist channel. My name is Emmanuel. Let's get right into the video. So this segment, we're talking about the trades that took some of the ones I'm about to take. So obviously the entire crypto market is in a bear cycle. Why is this in a bear cycle? You watch this video to know why we are in a bear cycle and understand the entire crypto market. So this is Bitcoin USD. Let's go to the daily. I was expecting the top to occur on the 20th of October. So you watch this video to see how I reacted when it did not happen on 20th, but it happened 2 weeks before, but I still capitalized on it. So you are not going to get it exactly how you want it to play out. Yes, I knew we'll peak in October, but I didn't get the exact peak. Neither am I aiming to get the exact peak. I'm trying to get as close to it as possible with other confluence. So yes, I entered here. I talked about the trade before it occurred and whilst it occurred. So to see the exact trade, click this video. So after watching those videos, we know how I entered, why I entered at this point. The next trade I took was not documented on this channel. I'm not going to talk about it here because there is no point talking about a trade that has already occurred without me talking about it previously. Because anybody can claim they sold here, they came to buy here, came to sell here, came to buy here. So I'm not going to talk about this trade. But for this trade, it was documented before and during, so you can see how it played out. And when I was wrong at the top, you can see how it played out and how I was able to reason to enter my next trade. So putting that aside, we are now talking about the current trade. Yes, we know in a bear cycle, we don't just drop in a straight line. In a bullish cycle, we have higher highs, higher lows. In a bearish cycle, we have lower lows and lower highs. So here, this was our peak. We created our lower low, lower high, lower low. Potential lower high is forming or has already formed if this should break. So that is how we know. So once we know how it moves in the bear cycle, we try our best to see the turning points of a lower high to enter a trade to the downside to the next lower low, a step by step. You won't always get it as easy as this, but once we already know this is a bear cycle, we don't need to enter bullish trades in this. Yes, you can get some bullish signals in this, but I'm looking for ones with high probability because I'm entering multiple positions across multiple pairs. So that is why I'm just looking for shorts instead of trying to be smart or quick to take bullish trades in a bearish cycle. So talking about where we are now, we have our leg down retracement. This our leg down potential retracement is about to end. Why is this about to end? This entire retracement is following this counter trend line. So this is the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour. So this is the 4 hour. This trend line held here, held here, held here, held here, and held here as well. We are about to see if it will still hold or will break. You can ask me, why is this a hold? If you watch my USDT video, so to understand what is USDT dominance, you click this video. So now I expect we all know what USDT dominance is, but in my USDT dominance video, I talked about why a break in trend line is not a break of trend. This is the USDT dominance chart. This trend line has held throughout the years, and somebody might say this is a break of trend line, so we are about to break trend. This isn't so. We now go to the daily. You can see this is a break of trend line. This is a break of trend line, but trend hasn't been broken. So for a trend to be broken, we need to break structure. So we can break trend line and not break structure and still go in the initial trend. So a trend line, take it as this. We move from point A to point B, right? We need to move from point A to point B. The trend line is the road. The neat straight road is a trend line. So once we take the road to point B, that's fine, we've gotten to point B. But once we go off the road and take a different route to point B, it's still a trend. So that is how you should know. So a trend can be broken without breaking structure. So for a trend to break, you must break structure. What am I saying? So let's go back to this USDT chart. This 3.8% is a huge zone. This 10 resistance, 10 support, 10 support. This was the next structure level. So for this entire, so you see, you can see we went high, came on a structure, went high, came on a structure. So as you can see, we came high. This is a structure zone, came high, structure zone, came high, structure, came high, structure. But we are following a trend line. So we can break the trend line, but the structure is still valid. So over here, this trend line is broken. We just went off course the road, as I said in my previous analogy. So for this entire trend to be broken, we need to break this structure of 3.8%. So this is how we know a break in trend line does not necessarily mean a break in trend line. So going back to BTC, that is why this is a daily. We can go back to our 4-hour. So that is why I don't consider this a break in trend line. Even though it looks like it has broken, it's still there. It's just a test of structure. So this trend line is still valid. So once we break this, simple, enter, stops above break even to the next downside. Once we enter, that's just the beginning. Then we go to trade management. There are levels we need to respect. 66,000, the next level target, 63,000, next level target is 58,000. It's not going to be as easy as this. We might store anyhow we want to. Let the market do its thing, then we react to what the market wants to do. We don't predict and try to be smarter than the market. What the market wants to do, we allow it to do what it wants to do, and we trade on that. So already talking about the USDT, we know they are inversely related. So going to USDT we have broken a trend line on USDT. So to understand this correlation, we have to go back to watch this video. So USDT and BTC are inversely related, and we can see this trend line on USDT dominance has been broken. So for this to be valid, or for you to have more probability, we can look at this structure level. And once we break and close above this, the probabilities on our side is much higher once we see that on Bitcoin USDT. So still, I'm bearish for this trade. Obviously, we're not 100% sure this trade will happen. There are other factors to why this might not happen. So we go to the log charts, we go to the 4-year monthly on the 4-year chart. If you want to understand this chart and why this was put together, you watch this video. So looking at the bear cycles throughout the years, this is our initial bear cycle. This is the monthly chart. We can see we have the bullish months. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 bullish months in the entire bear cycle. The next bear cycle, we have 1, 2, 3, to 3 bullish candles in the entire bear cycle. Next cycle, which was the previous cycle of 2021 to 2022 bear cycle, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish candles in the entire bear cycles as well. So we already know we do not just drop in a straight line, we drop and retrace, drop and retrace. And on average, looking at the past bear cycles, on average, we can see every bear cycles, on average, we should have 3.6 candles which are going to be bullish. So since October till the previous month, February 2026, we haven't had any bullish candle yet. So having that in mind, we can expect some bullish candles throughout the month. So this might be the beginning of that bullish candle which might occur. So have that in mind. So maybe I might be too early for this downturn, and we're about to turn and have our bullish candles if we are looking at the averages. The other reason is if you go to the regular charts, you leave the log charts, regular charts, this was a huge resistance zone which caused this downturn, and the same zone as well is what caused the start of the previous bear cycle. This same zone made us store here for 6 months, and we are now here as well. So this can be a very significant zone for us to bottom out to the upside. So this might just be a bottoming zone to the upside to have a greater retracement. So either way, I watch how the candles are going to behave and trade according to that. I do not get carried away that we are dropping. So any move we see, we enter. So once the candles are bullish and they are rejecting over here, I just step back and let it do its thing so that we have a greater retracement for the next 4 in the next coming of months. So this is how you can see the Bitcoin market, and most of the altcoin markets follow BTC. So once we have that, we can now pick some of the altcoins. So on this channel, I spoke on BNB, which we can see over here. My entry, if I'm not mistaken, was about here. To confirm, you can click this video to see my entry, my exit, and why I entered at that point till now. So yes, we entered about here. So we already know how it has played out from there. This as well, as I said in Bitcoin, there is no need talking about this because this has already entered profit. Anybody can claim they have sold or bought here and sold here and bought here. But just to talk about this a little bit, yes, just like BTC, we wait for the counter trend line to break. So I waited for this counter trend line to break. I entered, let me clone this. I entered here, stops above break even, and I got stopped out. So this was my first entry. I got stopped out. It happens. So this trade went out, and I realized this is a break and retest continuation. So once we broke to the downside, this is our retest to the trend line, and I saw it store here, and we had this initial bearish candle. I entered for the second time for this trade, but I'm not going to talk much about this trade because it has already occurred. I just wanted to mention it because I had talked about this trade on this channel from about a year. So we see how it has played out from this point to where we are now. Also on this channel, I spoke about Solana. So let's go to the weekly. Solana is looking terrible on a regular chart per the way I trade. So with Solana, we have to look at it on the log chart. And I explained previously, let's go to the daily. Solana, I explained why I entered over here. Stocks were just above break even, and how I missed why I missed this entry as well. So to see everything happen live, you click this video as well. So Solana as well, we entered here. The rest, I didn't talk about it, so I'm not going to mention that in this video. So per the channel, we have this trade still active, and this is our potential second trade for this channel. So this as well, we already know following BTC before we retrace, is this a potential lower high to the downside? If yes, we should break this trend line. So we can see this resistance zone over here. We came to our Fibonacci retracement zone. We came to fall. Not only did we fall, we came to respect our trend line as if we are heading higher. So all this is just noise in my eyes and giving me more structure and more reason to be bearish, because it has plenty reason to be bullish but still didn't go higher. We came first, second, third touch of this trend line. We should have gone higher. We didn't. We came to break this resistance zone as well. We could have gone higher. We didn't. So as this is happening, it's giving me more reason to be bearish. We came to this as well. I was waiting for this to happen. It didn't happen. We just wait. Let's go to the 4 hour. So trading is more about waiting. You wait more than you are in a trade. So I was waiting here. I saw this wicks. It didn't break. Still be patient, and all this occurred as well. So this is trying to break it as well. So this, we might come here and go higher. We leave it. But once we break this trend line, I'm entering this short as well for Solana USDT. If we break this, next potential target is $80. That is about this line. Next target is this structure level, which is about $76. Then next is $68, next 57, next 50. But we won't get carried away. It's step by step. As the trade keep on happening, we go and see what happens. And the targets, if we drop drastically, so example is these drops. Those drastic drops have huge candles or huge wicks. So once we drop drastically, I'm taking some profits out and move stocks to break even. But once we are dropping nicely, slow and steady, I'm not taking profits, just moving stocks to break even. That's more sustainable than those drastic drops. So that's concerning all the other pairs. So this is for Solana USD. So I'm going to talk about a bonus coin I've not talked about in this channel. This is Chainlink. So you can go to the monthly. This as well is better on the log charts. It's not better on the regular chart per the way I trade. So we can see, we know we're in a bear cycle. First touch, second touch, third touch. However you want to look at this, some can say left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Either way, we have broken down this. We are coming to retest this structure zone. As I said in the USDT explanation, if this was still bullish, so this is a bullish trend line. If this was still bullish, we can still head over here and head higher, but we need to come and sit on the support level for it to be bullish, but we know we are not in a bullish scenario, we are in a bearish scenario. So either bullish or bearish, we should come and hit $6, which is this mark. So we can scale down to the daily. So knowing that we are coming down and we are just looking for the turning points, this as well follows BTC nicely. We have our high here, then our lower low, lower high, lower low, potential lower high, or maybe we'll create a lower high later. But the whole point is we have our counter trend line here, which we have not yet broken. This is a daily, we go to the 4-hour, which we have not yet broken. This as well, just like Solana, huge resistance zone. We broke this resistance zone into our Fibonacci levels as well, coming to break this. So I'm looking at chain link carefully. How this is looking like, I'm waiting for the close. This is about 10 minutes to close. Depending on how it closes, this as well. If it closes like something like this, I'm not going to enter this trade. I just don't like how it's looking. I just don't like the ones. I've had a couple of times where we close like this and we retrace. So if we close like this and you still head lower, I'm leaving it. There are other trades I can enter as well. So this, I would prefer we go higher from here, then we drop again so that I have more confirmation. That's my personal move. So you can see if it should play out, when I'll enter, why I'll enter. If it doesn't play out, I'll just wait. Or if it play out, it can play out and still come and enter stop loss. This is what trading is about. We don't get 100% win rate. You just enter the trades with high probabilities. If it goes to your favor, then you capitalize on that. If it doesn't, we look for the next trade. Just make sure we don't enter prematurely or we don't leave the trade too late.